baseball history in the World Series to start a series game against the club for which he played the previous year. And he gave his team a strong 7 innings, allowing just 1 run and 5 hits. Consequently, he stands to be the winning pitcher. And there's the note. Not since Hippo Vaughn in 1918. That was the year that Ted Williams was born and the Red Sox won their last World Series. Well, he was certainly a big part in the events tonight. McDowell now is trying to get the last 3 outs. It'll be Don Baylor, Dwight Evans, and Rich Gedman. And Marty Barrett can just think about tomorrow, perhaps. Tomorrow night, Ron Darling and Al Nipper. Don Baylor against McDowell as John McNamara talks to his troops. Not really much to say in the bottom of the ninth, down 7-1. Baylor doubled, grounded to short, and popped out. There was even a story on the double. Remember, Rice led off the inning. The count went 3-2. He was called out on strikes. He thought it was ball 4. Baylor doubled, but it was a non-productive inning. Don 1 for 3. He wants Harry Wendelstedt to look at that sinker, and it's okay. The Mets, meanwhile, have to feel a rebirth, and Howard Johnson talking to the boy from Millbury, Ron Darling. Jim Rice will look back to that call strike 3 in the 2nd inning as part of a long evening, and then hit the ball hard in the 3rd, and Santana short hopped it and turned it into a routine force play, but it was a much tougher play than that. Buckner has given it his best shot. Buckner tonight 0 for 4. New York, bottom of the ninth, game 3. Just did get the top of that sinker.
Oh, he's got a vicious sinker. And it's a heavy ball. It's almost impossible to get under that ball and lift it for the extra base hit, the home run. You throw it low, it looks like it's a strike, and then all of a sudden she sinks. It's out of the zone, and it results in a ground ball.
1-2. Another thing about a sinker ball pitcher, remember, he relieved Darling in the 1-0 loss. He didn't pitch in the Gooden game. You can see what the sinker has done. But the point is that it seems traditionally the more you use a sinker ball pitcher, as he gets tired, he becomes even more effective. He begins to drag his arm, and the sinker sinks even more.
And it's hard to explain, but when you catch a sinker ball pitcher, your hand will puff up. I mean, it is a heavy ball. That's the way you describe it. It seems to land in your glove and just bore right in. It'll take 2-3 bites out of your hand, it seems like. And yet you'll have somebody on the sidelines will throw that fastball and hit your mitt like he's stacking lumber, and you feel nothing. But the sinker baller, heavy.
1-2. And that's a shot foul into the crowd.
You see that a lot here, Ben, and it's inside, but it's so far inside you can't do anything but hit it foul.
I wonder, as we see John McNamara and Dick Bresciani and the Boston dugout, in watching Carter, as so many catchers do today because they have that split catcher's mitt, you keep your left index finger out of the mitt. If that doesn't take some of the heat off the pitch as far as handling it.
It takes a lot of it off, and then they're catching it in the webbing. In the old days, you really caught it in the pocket, but with the split mitt, you catch it between the thumb and the index finger, and you keep the thumb out there, and you don't get that bad hand. You can see that thumb, and he's got some padding there, and he's got also a protective glove. But look at the webbing.
It's almost like a first baseman's mitt, the way they can hold it.
It's like a tweezer. It's a tweezer effect, and that's where they catch it, and so they protect their hands. They're just smarter than we were.
1-2 to count to Baylor. They fill up the middle. Wally Backman is almost behind second base. And then they pinch the left side. Santana deep in the hole, and Knight almost on the line. Not quite the shift that Ted Williams made famous, but almost. 2-2 to Baylor. Chopper up along third, foul ball. Foul ball.
They're playing him so much to pull it. Hernandez is wide of first base. If he squibs one off the end of the bat, we're liable to see some race.
Yeah, Backman is maybe 2 steps from being directly behind second. Another foul ball. This telecast, presented by authority of Major League Baseball, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of Major League Baseball. Bottom of the 9th, 7-1 Mets. Roger McDowell trying to finish it off for Bobby Ojeda, who went 7.
Talks about keeping it going. He talks about take quality swings. Well, that's the way you lead a ball club, doing exactly what he's doing. He's battling a lot of foul balls, got the count up to 3-2 and hanging tough. A quality time at bat.
Fouled away. Boy, he's fouled off a bunch, and Gary Carter, I think, got some dirt in his eyes behind the plate. He sure did.
Those foul tips, they usually dig up that dirt, and lucky didn't get one off the end of the finger.
Especially a sinker ball, I guess, too.
Your fingers get chewed up so much. Jerry Grody said it. He used to catch for the Mets, said it best. He said you could always tell when your fingers were back in good shape, you could put the toothpaste cap back on. You need to get them chewed up with these sinker ballers.
Back to work goes Carter. 3-2 to count to Don Baylor. Extended in the 9th inning. Dwight Evans coming up. A reminder, later tonight, it's The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson with Johnny's special guest, Liza Minnelli. And then it's Late Night with David Letterman. Come home to the best in late night entertainment. Come home to NBC. Dwight Evans grounded to short, thrown out by Carter when he beat one out in front of the plate and struck out. Now you have strength against strength with a sinker ball pitcher against a low ball hitter. McDowell faced Evans once in this series and walked him. This time fly ball to Strawberry. So 2 down in the 9th inning. The Mets 1 out away from their first World Series victory. For the Red Sox, of course, a disillusioning thought that a left-hander comes in here to beat him. And tonight's NBC Miller Lite players of the game, we'll use the plural, will be pitcher Bob Ojeda, who did such a great game, and Lenny Dykstra, who had the first inning home run to get the Mets off and running. So Miller Lite happy to present a check for $1,000 in the names of Bob Ojeda and Lenny Dykstra to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. Gedman struck out twice and lined out to left. A hopper to second base. Backman cranks it up. And let's put it this way tonight. The wall, the green monster, did not figure in the game at the Red Sox 7-1. We'll be back after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Red Sox...
A clear model, just as